Welcome to day 11, gratitude. We've all got so much to be grateful for, and that is what we are going to be focusing on in this practice this morning. So we're going to start with a little brief grounding. So come to any kind of comfortable seated position. So you could be kneeling or cross-legged. And we're going to come into lotus mudra of our hands. We bring the base of our palms together, our little fingers come together, and our thumbs, and bring these towards your heart. So it looks like a nice little flower that you're creating with your fingers. Okay, and then we can just close our eyes, drop our shoulders down and away from the ears, lift tall out the spine, and just start to connect to your breath. So the lotus mudra reminds us that even through hardships, we can still find beauty. So the lotus flower, it grows in the mud, and there's a saying about the lotus flower, no mud, no lotus. So it's really through the difficult situations that we find in our lives that we're able to sometimes find inner radiance, the beauty, the joy and the lights. So just settling here into stillness. Just ask yourself, what is it that you're grateful for in this very moment? And don't limit yourself. You can be as grateful for as many things as you can. Gratitude for your senses, for the people in your life, for your courage and your vulnerability, your resilience, and gratitude for the opportunity to try again and to greet a brand new day. And as you're thinking of all these things that you're grateful for, imagine them just pouring into your palms, so pouring them into the lotus flower of your heart. So we're just allowing ourselves to be completely soaked and immersed in gratitude. So keeping your hands and the lotus mudra, you're just going to extend the arms up overhead as if you're making an offering. Maybe you can offer your practice as an act of gratitude to someone or something. And then let's just bring the hands all the way back down to our sides. Okay, so we're going to go straight to tabletop. So opening up your hands, walking your knees under your hips, shoulders above the wrists. And we're just going to drop the belly and find our cow pose. Open the heart. And then press down through the hands as you round the tailbone, chin to chest. So you won't be surprised to know that for a gratitude practice there'll be lots of heart openers. Let's do one more here. And then come to a flat back. Okay, so you inhale, extend the left leg out, and then turn onto the left heel, press into the right hands, and lift your left arm to the sky as you turn your hips to the side in space. And so open the hands, lift up the side of the body. Nice. Breathe. And then let's lower the left hand to the floor, lift the left heel, but press the ball of the foot into the floor, and then press into the hands and lift the right knee up towards your nose, round the top of your back. That's it. Hold it here, and then straighten the right leg out so you're in plank position. Okay, press into the hands round the back, send the heels away. And just hold here. And if you find this challenging, just be grateful that you're able to even try. Just breathing here. Obviously feeling free to lower down anytime you like if it becomes too much or too challenging. And then I'll lower to the floor. You can drop to your knees or you can slowly come down onto your belly here. We're going to find a Sphinx pose immediately. So with your forearms parallel, draw the elbows back towards your body as you reach the heart forward and through, pressing into the front of the feet. Okay, and as you're here, you can just imagine, again, the lotus flower at the center of your heart. Thinking about the things that you can be grateful for in this moment. And release. Okay, we're going to turn the left forearm about 45 degrees. Take the right hand to your right rib cage and press into the fingers to lift the chest. And then just take a little look over towards that right shoulder. The right hip probably wants to lift. See if you can keep it pressing down to the floor. And then exhale, lowering back down. Let's swap that over. So bringing the right forearm to about 45 degrees. Left fingertips outside the rib cage. Press down through the fingers, lift the chest. Turn to look over the shoulder. And press the left sit bone to the floor. Nice. And then releasing down. Okay. Forearms back in front of you. Tuck your toes. We're going to lift up into a forearm plank. Whoosh. Pressing the heels away. Pulling the belly in. And then from here, we're going to come up into plank pose. So bringing your left hand to the floor, bringing your right hand to the floor. Nice. And then take it back to downward facing dog. Just breathing in the downward facing dog. Maybe taking a little bit of side to side here, swaying the hips. Okay, on the next inhale, let's lift the right leg and bend the knee to open the hip. And then take a little bit of circling with that right kneecap, so bringing it in, back and round, just lubricating the hip. I'm just going to tuck myself in. Okay, and then we're going to step the right foot between our hands, top of the mat. Bring the left knee to the floor. And press down for the feet to lift up into your low lunge. Palms facing each other, fingers open, hips forward and down. Keep reaching. And we can just take a little cactus, elbows out. Pressing the heart to the ceiling. And then releasing the hands to the floor, framing the right leg and sending the hips back, straightening the right leg. Fingertips pressing down, reach forward towards that right foot. And just breathe into the hamstring here. Obviously you can keep it as bent as it needs to be. One last breath here. And then walk the hands forward, bend the right knee, and then we're just going to step the right leg back as well, so we come back into our tabletop position. You can take another little cat-cow here if you like, so inhale to drop the belly, and exhale to round. And then the last one. and come back to your flat back. So we'll start the other side. So if you extend the right leg back with the inhale, turn onto the right heel, turn the hips to the side, press into the left hand, and lift the right arm up and over, finding your modified side plank. Pressing the side of your body to the sky. And then looking down, taking the right hand down, lifting the right heel, pressing the ball of the right foot to the floor, pressing into the hands and lifting up the left knee, rounding the back. So you've got your knee to your nose. And then stepping the left foot back into plank. And again, we're going to hold for 5 breaths. Plugging into gratitude as we challenge ourselves here. And then lowering slowly to the floor. Okay, back into our Sphinx pose, forearms parallel. Inhale to draw the elbows back, press the fronts of the feet to the floor, and lift the heart. And bring it forward of the shoulders. Okay, and release. Okay, so again, left forearm 45 degrees right, fingertips by your right rib cage. Inhale to lift, look over that shoulder. Option just to stay as you are, or we can start to bend the right heel towards our bum, reaching for it with the right hand and just pulling to the centre of the glute. Just breathing into it. And then release, if you have it. Swapping it over, right forearm 45 degrees, left hand fingertips by the side. Lift the chest, turn it to open the chest. Feel free to stay here or bend the left knee heel towards your bum. And then let's release that foot. Okay, coming back into Sphinx, but we're actually going to press it up into a forearm plank. So tap the toes, press into the forearms, lift, send the heels away. And again, we're going to move from our forearm plank into plank, if we can. We'll do our best. And then downward facing dog. Again, take a little bit of movement here. So make some space. Okay, and then on the inhale, we lift the left leg, bend the knee, open the hip. And again, we're going to take some hip circles. So taking a nice big circle with that knee. Okay, and then we're going to step the left foot through our hands as we bring the back knee to the floor. So finding that low lunge again, stacking the left knee over the left ankle, lifting up, maybe taking the hips forward. So kind of tucking the tailbone down towards the floor as you lift up. And then let's take the elbows wide, press them back, lift the chest to the sky, look up, open your heart. And then exhale, hands to floor. Sweep the hips back, straighten the left leg, any amount. So press the heel to the floor, lengthen the spine. And just breathe here. Okay, walking the hands forward, picking up the knee, let's step straight to downward facing dog. Let's take a little vinyasa if you want to, otherwise stay there. Inhale forward to plank. Exhale, lower. Cobra or up dog. And downward facing dog. Okay. Let's inhale, lift the right leg, keep it square. We're going to look forward and step it through. Make space for your hips, press down for the feet as you come up into your high lunge. So reaching, feeling the sides of the body stretch. Inhale. And then as you exhale, you're just going to take the arms behind you and reach the fingertips away. So option to keep the arms here. We're going to be moving into warrior 3, but if you want to make it even more challenging for yourself, you can take the arms forward first. So you decide, transfer the weight, lift, so arms forward or arms behind. And then we're going to bend the left knee as we lift our chest and come to one-legged mountain. Lacing the hands around the left shin. Press the chest forward. Stand tall, lengthen the neck. And from here we're going to come into tree pose. So bringing the sole of the foot anywhere on the inside of the right leg. Press the knee out. Bring your hands to the heart center. And then let's just lift the arms up over the head, palms open. And again, let's take our hands down in front of our heart. Let's come back to lotus mudra, so heels of the hands together, pinkies and thumbs touching. Take the knee forward, release to the floor, mountain pose. Just stand here for a moment. Lotus mudra, eyes closed. Find a moment of gratitude. And then inhale, send the arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Flat back, lengthen. And then exhale, step back to plank. We can lower down here. Cobra or up dog. And downward facing dog. Lovely. Okay, we'll do that on the other side. So inhale to lift the left leg. And exhale to come forward into high lunge. So lifting up, finding your balance, so framing your ears with your arms. Inhale, get tall, and then exhale as you take the arms behind you, reach the fingers away. Remember, feel free to stay here with the arms behind, or if you want to charge your leg a little bit more, arms in front, lift up, warrior 3. Just be grateful for the opportunity to try. And then we're going to come up into our one-legged mountain, right knee bends. So bringing your hands to the shins, pulling the leg in, lifting the chest. Before we come to tree pose. So again, foot can be on the thigh, under the knee, on the floor, hands to the heart center. And if you want, you can lift the arms above the head. And then bringing them back down in front of the heart, finding the lotus mudra. Turning the knee round and lowering it down to mountain. Close your eyes. Breathe in gratitude. And breathe out. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold. Flat back, lengthen. And step back to plank. Lowering down. Cobra up dog. And downward facing dog. Okay, let's come down onto our knees. And we're going to step the right foot between our hands. We're not staying in low lunge, we're just going to turn our hips to the long end of the mat. That's it, so the right knee is bent. And you can just take the right hand onto the right leg. You can take a little mudra there, thumb and index together, and then just bend into that leg. Left hand's on the hip. Press into the feet, and you really want to try and press that right knee out towards the side, the right corner of the mat. Nice. So just sinking in, getting into the groin a little bit here. Nice. Okay. And from here, let's come arms up. We're going to turn the right toes towards the front of the mat and straighten the right leg. Nice. And the left hand comes to the floor. So just like we did at the beginning, we're in a kind of modified side plank. If that feels good, press into the left hand, hover the right leg. And if that feels good, bend the right knee, reach for the foot, and then take that little back bend, pressing the shoulder blades together and the heart forward. Breathing into it. Okay, if you have the foot, gently release and drop the foot to the floor. Press back up. Pivot yourself around to the front of the mat and keep that right leg straight. Hands to the floor. And this time, instead of just staying here, we're going to tuck the left toe and we're going to move our hands and sit back on that left heel as we find the stretch here. Just see if it feels any different this time. Your last breath. Nice. Walk your hands forward and then take that right leg back to tabletop. Okay, I'm going to turn this way though so I can see you. We're going to do the other side. So step the left foot through and this time turn your hips to the long end. That's it. So kickstand that right leg behind. Bring the left hand onto the left knee and right hand onto the hip and then just sink that hip open. Press into the left foot. That's it. Just breathing into it. Nice. Okay. So straightening out that left leg, turning the toes forward. So press into the foot, arms out. So tipping over so the right hand comes to the floor. And just reach the left to the ceiling. So you can stay here, or you can take some weight into that right hand, start to lift and hover the left leg. Again, staying here, or bending the left heel to your bum, reaching the foot. You want to keep the knee and the ankle and the foot in the same line. Press the heart forward, press the hips forward. And then gently release the leg if you have it. Lower to the floor, use your core to press back up. And then you're going to pivot around to the front of your mat, of your left leg staying straight and tucking your right toe underneath you as you can walk yourself back to sit on that heel. Taking a little fold over the left leg. Breathing here. Last breath. Nice, walking yourself back up and then bringing the left leg behind to tabletop. I know gratitude practice would be right without a bow pose to finish. So coming down to your bellies, you're going to bend your legs, bend at the knees. The feet can be flexed or pointed, doesn't really matter. You're going to reach the hands around to grab your ankles. And then as you inhale, you're going to lift your chest Draw the knees towards each other. Roll the shoulder blades in. Breathe. So see if you can lift those thighs. And gently release to the floor. And let's just have a little child's pose here. So let you take your hips back, knees wide, toes touching, just melting on the floor. Just taking a few breaths here. So slowing down. And just walking your hands towards your body. We'll have a little twist to finish. So just come to seated. Inhale, lift the arms up. And then exhale, twist to the right or the left. Doesn't matter, just keep the chest lifted and the neck long. And then unwind and inhale the arms up. And then exhale to the other side. And just coming back to center. And either you can lie down or find a comfortable seated position. Just have a few minutes more of gratitude. So just get yourself very comfortable, close your eyes. If you're seated, nice tall spine, relax shoulders. Finding your breath. Let it slow. And gently just start to open yourself up to something that you're grateful for in your life right now. So something that you appreciate. And whatever that is, you can say it on the in-breath. So for instance, I'm grateful for my family. And on the out-breath, you can say thank you, family. So I'm grateful for my freedom. And thank you. So whatever you're grateful for, and they can be small things. See if you can come up with something new each time you breathe in. Just finding your own thing, something close. Be something here and now in this very moment. Just make sure that it's heartfelt. And feel free to stay doing that for as long as you like. But it is time to come to seated if we're lying down. And let's just take one hand over the other on top of our heart. Just kind of feel the warmth and beating of our heart. centre of gratitude. Enjoying that nice glowing feeling that gratitude creates. And then you can just thank yourself for your practice and your bodies for what they do. Then inhale, send the arms up. Namaste.